How can we solve this tricky algebra problem? X plus y is equal to 6 and x times y is equal to 6. First, let's assume that there are real solutions and that x is greater than 3. So we can write x is equal to 3 plus u for u some positive number. Then y must be 3 minus u in order for x plus y to be 6. Let's plug them into the second equation. We get 3 plus u times 3 minus u is equal to 6. Then if we multiply the two binomials by using the reference rule for the difference of two squares, we get 9 minus u squared is equal to 6. Finally, subtracting 6 from both sides of the equation gives 3 minus u squared is 0. That is, u squared is 3. And taking the square root of both sides yields u is equal to plus or minus the square root of 3. So our answer is x is 3 plus the square root of 3, and y is 3 minus the square root of 3. Let's check our answers with the original equations. We can see that the solutions add to 6. Then we multiply the two binomials by using the rule already cited, keeping in mind that, from the definition of square root, the square root of 3 squared is equal to 3. So we get 9 minus the square root of 3 squared, which is 9 minus 3, or 6. So that checks out. Now for completeness, let's use a more traditional method, arriving at a quadratic equation and solving it. Let's start with the same two equations. Now let's solve for y in the second equation. We'll get y is equal to 6 over x. And we substitute that for y in the first equation, giving x plus 6 over x is equal to 6. We'll next multiply both sides by x. After we apply the distributive law to the left side, we see that the x cancels out in the second term, giving x squared plus 6 is equal to 6x, which is equivalent to x squared minus 6x plus 6 is equal to 0. And that's our quadratic equation. As it doesn't factor easily, we'll first solve by using the technique of completing the square. We write x squared minus 6x is equal to minus 6. Adding 9 to both sides will make the left side a perfect square. That is, it's the square of some binomial. So we get x squared minus 6 plus 9 is equal to 3. The left side now factors as x minus 3 quantity squared, using the cited rule for squaring a binomial. So we get x minus 3 squared is equal to 3. Taking the square root of both sides gives x minus 3 is plus or minus the square root of 3. We can take x to be 3 plus the square root of 3, so y is then 3 minus the square root of 3. Note that we could interchange x and y and end up with just a relabeling of the same solution. Finally, we can plug the coefficients of our equation into the quadratic formula and simplify. We see that a is 1, b is minus 6, and c is 6 in the formula. Doing multiplications first before addition or subtraction, we end up with 6 plus or minus the square root of 12 over 2. And then the square root of 12 simplifies to 2 times the square root of 3. And we see that there's a common factor of 2 in the numerator and denominator. When we cancel that out, we end up with 3 plus or minus the square root of 3. So we end up with the same solutions. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And thanks for watching.